Okay, so today we're talking about the Pixel 7, and I'm going to be comparing and talking about whether or not you should consider getting this device over the Pixel 7 Pro, which we've already tested. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Pixel 7 and the 7 Pro, which I have already reviewed, if you look in the description, you'll find a link to that video, are very, very similar, but they've got some fundamental differences. So I do want to share with you some of the differences. So fundamentally, it's going to be size. This is the regular version, the Pixel 7, and the Pro version is about half a centimeter, maybe 1 whole centimeter wider, but it definitely feels much larger in the hand. So this is 6.3 diagonally. Of course, that's always measured across the screen. And the other one is 6.7, which is the Pro version. So you're going to get more screen, but the biggest difference, aside from the physical hand feel, which is significant and does make a difference to a lot of people, despite the fact that I have big hands, I always found that that phone was quite good. But one thing that is the payoff for that is that the screen is absolutely awesome. The screen quality is better. It's a Quad HD screen. I'm not going to get super technical because there are spec videos all over the internet, but it is very, very good. Now, this is not a bad video. This is not a bad screen, but it's not the best. It's not their premium quality screen. The resolution or the refresh rate is also going to be slightly lower on this one. So this is a 90 Hertz refresh rate, and the other device is 120 Hertz, which makes it very, very smooth, brilliant for gaming if you're into gaming, and it's excellent for that. But 90 Hertz and 120, for the average person, they're not going to notice a huge difference. For a gamer, they might notice a little bit of a difference. But everything on this device is almost exactly the same. Now, the cameras are where they differ slightly. If I show you the reverse here, you've only got a dual camera setup, but on the other device, on the Pro version, you have also got a telephoto lens, which can be useful if you're somebody who likes to zoom in and actually have a much better optical image stabilization and also image zooming rather than a digital zoom, which can reduce the quality of images. So if you're somebody who zooming is very important, then the Pro version is something you should consider more. However, video stability, video quality, photo quality has been really good on this device. I haven't had a single problem. And of course, the software, because it's coming from Google, is some of the best on the market there is. So it really, really is not a problem having the smaller sibling or the 7 version in comparison to the Pro version. Now, the Pro version does take good photos, very good photos, I would say, but do you really need that? Is it something? And it all really comes down to a budget, which I'll come back to later. Now, the advantage that you get with this device, again, is that this is the Pro and the standard version both have the same processor. So they both have the same brain inside the phone, which is the Tensor chip or the Tensor G2 chip, which is Google's own silicon software, which basically means it's pretty powerful, almost as good as the highest end processors, but they're both going to be the same, and therefore their ability to process will be the same. Now, the difference is the RAM, if you know what that is, basically means how quickly you can get back to running apps. But again, for the average user, you're not going to notice the difference. This one has 8 to 12 RAM and 8 RAM, and the Pro version has 12 RAM. So again, fluidity between apps is slightly better on the Pro, but I would be hard pressed to find the difference personally. In terms of design, you've still got this camera bar here that's quite significant. They're famous for these bars, obviously, and this makes it very, very uniquely a Pixel phone, which is very cool. I love this white version. I had the green version of the Pro. This one also comes in a green as well. I think they've done really well with the design to differentiate themselves and to make themselves uniquely Google as well, which is really cool. And of course, the difference on the front side, aside from the screen quality, which I've already mentioned, is the fact that the screen, this is a flat screen. So there are no edges here. It doesn't spill over the edge like it does with the Pro version. The Pro version has an infinity screen, which means it just drips over the side of this edge of the screen, which I actually quite like a lot. That is something I'm a fan of. I use it. I have it on my other devices. Particularly, I love it on the Google, the Samsung Note 10 that I use. When it comes down to size, like I said, You're going to notice the difference of this being in your hand compared to the other. If you've got slightly smaller hands, this is going to be way more comfortable. Of course, one-handed use is not a problem and even has software to allow it to accommodate to even smaller. The same rule applies to the Pro version, but you're definitely going to struggle to reach the top side of the screen. You're not going to be able to reach right up there in order to get to the screen. So it is far easier to use the 7 version, the Pixel 7, as a standard. In conclusion, I definitely feel that this device is going to be very, very suitable for the majority of people, and it really comes down to your budget. 659 euros for this is a brilliant price, particularly when you factor in the truly wireless earphones that you're getting as well. So I absolutely love the bundle that I got from Amazon, which was really, really good. And then, of course, if you get the Pro version, you're going to be going up to 900 or 899 euros for the base model, and then it goes up. Now, where that becomes perhaps more relevant is whether you're comparing that to something like an Apple iPhone. If you're comparing it to the Apple iPhone, you're going to be paying more than that, 1,200 euros more than that just for their base model. But that obviously means you're going to a completely different type of phone model. So as a price point, the Pro version is really well priced. But if you're looking for something of great value that is great value for money, then the 7 version is going to be very, very good for 649, where you're getting 80% of what you already get in the Pro version, but with some added extras such as the screen quality, another camera lens, and of course a larger phone as well. So I've had no problem with the battery life on either this phone or the Pro version, so I wouldn't say that's a factor, but it really does come down to your budget and whether or not very high grade quality zoomed images is important to you. Otherwise, this will provide fantastic quality because we're talking about things like the Google voice activation here is really, really good. It does have the Face ID, which for security measures is excellent. And I found the fingerprint ID is just as good on this one as it is on the Pro version. So I really like both versions. They both open up very snappy, very, very quick, and they both work really, really well. So I'm a big fan of the security measures, and I'm really pleased that they brought back in Face ID because that tends to work very quickly for me. So it worked on both devices, and it's a good inclusion that they brought it back finally. Okay, so if you like what you've seen here, if this has helped you to sway you, I've put links below for both the Pro version and this 7 version, which I highly recommend. And if you want to follow those links, that would help the channel a lot. This is a growing channel. We're just starting to get off the ground, and I hope you're having a fantastic new year. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, make sure you like and or subscribe to the channel, because again, that makes a huge difference for me as well. It lets me know what you like. And if you comment as well, that makes a big difference because it will push the video out to more people. And in particular, you might even raise a question that other people want to know, and that's something that I'm happy to answer, or maybe some of the other subscribers will answer as well. Okay, otherwise, thanks so much. Very best Happy New Year for 2023, and I'll see you very, very soon. Don't forget to join me every Wednesday and sometimes a Saturday as well when I release the next video. Okay, see you then. Bye-bye for now.